Hi everyone, welcome to the broadcast. My name is Christina and I am periscoping weekly about my organic garden located in San Diego in Southern California. Today's periscope will be about a brief tour in my backyard, and we are starting with a rose which I think looks just fabulous at this moment. This is the most favorite rose of mine in the moment, and this rose is called Pierre de Ronsard, and you see that it has a humongous size. You can almost call it a monster, but that's absolutely fine with me. So the name is Pierre de Ronsard, and I think it's also called Eden for my European viewers. So we'll get a little closer, and you see this rose is blooming profusely. It's actually the third flush of the rose. And again, I think it's pretty amazing that the rose is being able to repeat so well. And I also have to tell you, the last 2 days we had temperatures of 98 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly 36 degrees Celsius, and a lot of my other roses were simply frying, but this one was holding up pretty well. I'm going a little closer to show you the beauty of the bloom. Maybe we look at this cluster, and you see they're a little bit droopy, a little bit tired, but nothing that has become unsightly. Here's another cluster, small cluster. Welcome, I see I have a new viewer. So again, this rose, if you have missed it, this is Pierre de Ronsard. It's a huge climbing rose in my garden, and it's on its third flush. Here's another one just hanging down on me, I think 2, 3 ones. I think this rose is just so lovely. Continuing the tour, I will just point the camera to what I call our family living room garden bed. And the rose that you are seeing here is Heritage. It's actually a rose bred by David Austin. Maybe you're familiar with this breeder. It's a famous rose breeder from England. And again, this rose is also making a nice third flush. The blooms are fairly small, and I think that has to do with the fact that I fertilized the rose a little bit too little. So I'm just getting a nice breeze right now, but that's not so good for the camera, so I'm just holding the flowers for you and come a little closer. So again, that is Heritage. Heritage has a very, very nice fruity, lemony fragrance. I just have to say I'm a little bit hesitant to recommend this rose because in my garden it has really gotten quite a bit of powdery mildew. It seems to be unfazed regarding this in terms of its ability to flower, but of course the look is not great. And as I said before, I garden organically, but I also don't spray, which you can with organic stuff, but I don't. I just try to find roses that are healthy and like growing in my climate. So maybe that needs to replace sooner or later. And you see this rose is also having a decent size. If I would estimate, it's maybe 5 feet tall and 6 feet wide. So here in California with a lot of roses, the problem is that they're becoming too tall, that they fit in the small, usually small gardens and lots that people are having here. So let's move a little bit. Again, welcome. I see I have 2 more viewers. This little rose here I also like very much. If I'm not mistaken, and please don't nail me on that, I didn't look it up before the periscope, and this one I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's Jilly Jewel. And you see the flower to the left is more darker pink, and the edges are a little bit crisp, so this is fault of the strong sun yesterday. But you see the flower to the right is a very pale, soft, lovely pink. And what I do like about this rose is that for small bud vases you can easily Um, Take, one or two flowers, and you can fill a small bud vase with them and have something lovely on your desk or wherever you want to put it, maybe in the bathroom. That's close to the sink. That's where I put my roses. So again, the name is Jilly Jewel, if I'm not mistaken. Let's move on. Yesterday I couldn't help it, and I went to the nursery despite the temperatures. And let me just walk over there. I can hardly see what I'm showing you through the camera because I have so much glare on my camera right now on my phone. So as I said, I went to the nursery despite the heat. A gardener always is busy. And I intended to buy fertilizer for the roses because the autumn fertilizing is almost due. And I came back with these two daylilies. They don't look like much right now, but one had a bloom yesterday, and it was the purest white with a green yellow throat of a daylily that I have ever seen. The name is Gentle Shepherd, and I looked them up on the internet, and it is said that it is the best white daylily in terms of the color, but for some people it's not very vigorous. So I hope that it will bulk up, and I intend to plant it into my white garden bed, which I will show you a little later. Let me just take you to my pot ghetto. This is, I think many gardeners have the tendency to buy more plants than they can plant right away, and I'm not an exception, or maybe I'm particularly bad. So this is my pot ghetto, where I store plants before they are ready to be planted in the ground. So what I want to show you is again another rose which had a very, very lovely bloom today in the morning, and it is this one. This is another David Austin rose, and it's called the Ingenious Mr. Fairchild. It has such a lovely fruity fragrance. It's just incredible, and as you see, the bloom shape is also very nice. This rose is growing in a, I don't know if you can see it, in a 2-gallon plastic container. I got it as an own root rose baby, not, I would say maybe, I think I don't say because I don't know, so quite a while ago, and it's ready to go into the ground, and it will once temperatures are cooling off a little bit. Again, this rose is the Ingenious Mr. Fairchild. So then let's move back, and I would like to take you to my white garden bed. I'm trying since 1 year to establish a white garden bed behind the pool, and we are coming closer. And you see there is a white corner with a silver gazing ball. I'll just show you. Let me just get a little closer so that you can see a little better. I will just show you an overview of this bed. So to the left, the white rose is Pope John Paul II. Then we are moving further to the right. You see another rose, not in bloom. Very nice, lovely white flowering Alstroemeria. And the center of the bed with a white statue. And then over there another rose, and unfortunately very much to the left I tried to plant a rose and it actually didn't take, it died. Let me just get a little closer and give you a better view of some of the plants that are blooming. Let's just start with Pope John Paul II. This is an incredible white flowering hybrid tea rose with a very nice fruity lemon scent. And it does very well for me here in Southern California, but I think this rose really needs the heat to bloom. So another flower that I would like to show you. So I just dedicated the roses before I was doing the periscope. They're not really something to write home about right now, but that might be forgiven. As I said, most of my roses are already on their third flush, which I still find pretty amazing, coming from Germany and now gardening since 8 years in California, that it is even possible to have so many flushes in a rose. So this rose is Canvas Beauty, And as you see, it's producing a lot of new growth right now. The rose is fertilized, and I'm expecting a fourth flush of blooms in the autumn, and I'm already looking very much forward to that. So I'm moving further to the right. I really have to watch that I don't fall into the pool here, because let me just show you, I'm just walking on a very narrow rim, and one step backwards and I'm in the pool. So I try to avoid that. So this plant here is an Alstroemeria. The name is called Princess Lily's Clare. And this plant is really an astonishing plant. I think it's flowering like this for 4 months now, just not giving in. And I think it's just a very lovely, cheerful, white, vanilla colored plant. So we're moving again a little bit further to the right. I balance on the rim of the pool. Here is my white garden statue. It's really dear to my heart. It is from a friend who's an artist, and it's made out of clay. But what I wanted to show you is these silver leaf plant, which I'm quite fond of. First I thought I would lose it, but now it's really spreading out, and I'm not kind of putting my shadow on the plant. You see that the leaves have a very silvery sheen. It's almost metallic, and I think it will make a nice ground cover, and on top of that it's supposed to be even drought tolerant. One thing that was totally astonishing to me in the morning, let me just step into the bed, walk over here, is that my iris is blooming again. This iris is called Platino. It's a grayish white variety, which I think is very, very beautiful. And it's also the third time that this iris is blooming. And I'm quite happy with that one. Let me just try to step out of the bed. I'm just seeing this now. Here is a heuchera. It's called Venus, if I'm not mistaken. And this one has taken the heat wave quite well. I love the veining of the leaves. So I don't grow it for the flowers. I really grow it for the leaves. So it's kind of a silver leaf color with very interesting veining on it, which I personally like very much. Let me just move over here a little bit. So what you see here, these silver balls are glass balls which I brought home from a trip to Germany, and I think they give nice interest in this rose. The rose is Moonstone, a hybrid tea, just to show you the color a little bit. So it's white with a little bit of teeny tiny pink, but if it's not so hot, the pink in the center of the rose is much stronger than you can see it right now here. So just want to show you the other iris, and again this one is blooming too. It's just starting to bloom, which I find quite astonishing. And then here I'm repeating the plant is called Dichondra sericea, silver ponyfoot, the ground cover, so that the bed has some rhythm. So I intend to plant more of these plants, but I just wanted to see how it grows. By now I'm happy that it grows well, but by now I'm also have the feeling I have to have an eye on it so that it doesn't get invasive. So the last rose I want to show you is Oakland Metro. And what astonishes me with this rose, how strong, it almost looks like in spring, you know, how strongly it is leafing out. And again, that indicates that I can look forward to a beautiful fourth flush of bloom. So that's it from me here from Southern California, just having a little bit of a look back to the over the white garden bed. I wish my American viewers a nice rest of the Sunday and all the best to everyone else in the world. I just want to let you know that next week I'm traveling, so I will be not able to Periscope about my own garden. But in 2 weeks I will be back, and hopefully I can show you some nice things from this garden. If you are interested in following my Periscopes, please become a follower and you get a tweet so that you get a notice before I go live. If you are interested to see more things from my garden, I'm also writing a garden blog called organicgardendreams.com. So I repeat, organicgardendreams.com, dreams with an S at the end, so that you can find me, and there you can find pictures from the garden, pictures from other gardens that I have visited, public gardens and private gardens, and I also upload some of the Periscope videos that I'm doing. Thanks for watching. Bye everyone. Until in 2 weeks.